Yeah.
These first very few weeks postpartum, I've been slowly finding my rhythm again. And I know that there's often this pressure to either fully be resting or to be getting back to doing everything. So most days, I'm just trying to find some kind of middle ground. I noticed when I was editing this vlog that there were a ton of clips of me cleaning and tidying, and in a way, it's like I can reclaim a little bit of control in amongst all of the change and all of the chaos. It's grounding and it's calming in a way, but I don't want to give the impression that this is all I do, because in reality, there's a lot of moments where I'm just here, soaking up some time with my baby, letting myself rest in the stillness. It's just that a lot of the times, those moments don't always make it on camera.
But I was the one who asked you out initially, so therefore I am still obligated to do the taking.
Yes, but I was the one who did the canceling after you did the asking.
One of the things that has been really helping me get through this transition is really taking care of my body in very simple, easy to manage ways. I've been surprisingly consistent with taking my postnatal vitamins from Ritual. This is the same brand that I was taking during my pregnancy, and they very graciously have sponsored this section of today's video. Ritual has been a part of my daily routine, helping my body feel more supported and nourished and replenished since I was pregnant with my first, especially with everything I've got going on right now. My favorite thing about Ritual is that I really trust their commitment to clean, traceable ingredients, and it's really comforting to know that I am doing the best I can to give my body what it needs during this recovery phase. Plus, I have to say I love that it's created by a mom. Again, that just makes me feel more comforted. It's a brand that does the work for you so you can have peace of mind knowing what's going into your body. Right now, I'm taking the Essential Postnatal, which contains clinically studied key ingredients to support the new nutrient demands of a mother for 6 months postpartum and throughout lactation. The postpartum period is actually more nutritionally demanding than pregnancy, especially if you're breastfeeding, which I currently am. So the Essential Postnatal contains more key nutrients than the Essential Prenatal for that reason. I don't even feel like I fully got replenished from my last pregnancy, so I'm really taking it seriously this time around. It's also super easy. You just take 2 capsules every single day, and it's got 15 key nutrients in there that are going to help you care for your body. This is the only multivitamin I can stomach because of its delayed release capsules. They're designed to be more gentle on your stomach, and I specifically chose the mint essence one because it's my favorite flavor. They're also vegan, non-GMO, gluten, and major allergen free. So if you're looking for a prenatal vitamin, a postnatal vitamin, or an everyday women's vitamin, then definitely check out Ritual. You can get 25% off your first order by heading to my link. I've got it up on the screen here, or you can check it out in the description box as well. If I'm being honest, I've been dealing with a little bit of postpartum anxiety this time around. I'll catch myself like bolting out of bed to check on Landon, or I'll catch myself struggling to really take a full deep breath, or my mind feels splattered all over the place, or it's just the sleep deprivation. And I'm normally really good at change, but I definitely feel like cleaning has been a good outlet for this anxiety, a way to focus on what I can control when so much feels so new and sometimes overwhelming. But that doesn't mean that there aren't moments of rest or moments where I just sit and breathe and just try to be.
Sweet home.
We have some friends coming to take newborn pictures today, so I'm gonna get a little extra ready, especially because today is one of those phenomenons where Landon seems to be sleeping a lot. I feel like we're cycling through days where he's super alert and then days where he sleeps, which makes sense. Like, he's definitely growing a lot, so I might be able to actually get a few things done. I am finding it a little hard to juggle, like, well, first and foremost, the fact that I am postpartum and like rest should be my top priority. I'm afraid I'm waking him up. Do you hear him? He's like, Mom, let me sleep. Stop talking. There aren't very many opportunities in life where rest and really soaking in, just like being, doing nothing, you know? Just being and healing. I feel like there aren't very many opportunities for that in life, and postpartum is definitely one of them. But I also, like, I'm having a little bit of anxiety, I think partially because I'm afraid if I let things go too long, then thinking about what's piling up to get back to stresses me out sometimes. So it actually does feel good to get a few things done. I guess I'm just struggling to find that balance, not doing too much because it starts to feel so good that I'm still learning, even at 30, when to stop, even when things feel good. I start adding more and more on my list of like, oh, well, you know, I can lay on the couch with baby and get some work done, and I can, like, I'm trying to multitask. And I just read The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, and it's very clear to me, all that multitasking does is actually take me away from the present moment. And I'm a little afraid I'm going to blink and he's going to be an infant and no longer a newborn. And that, you know, there's also this lingering pressure this time around that I'm putting on myself, but that I just know this is probably my last baby, like my last time going through the newborn phase. So trying to absorb it and enjoy it, but also wanting and enjoying the feeling of like doing things again, even just the mobility of my body again, because the end of pregnancy was so exhausting in a very physical way. Yeah, I don't really have an answer for it. I'm just trying to find that balance. And the only things that I find really help are like journaling, and every time that I like don't spend my sit down time, my feeding time on my phone, like if I actually relax and just stare at my baby. Now that I'm in week 2 of postpartum and I'm feeling really good, finding that balance of still resting, still recovering, still absorbing this little being, but also like getting a bit more back to myself and back to my life a little bit, and getting some things done that feel good in another way. Those things will always be there though. That's the thing that's getting me. Those things will always be there, and the newborn bubble won't. And that's what I just need to keep reminding myself when I start to get a little ahead of myself. Anyway, I'm gonna do my makeup, make a decaf coffee, might film a coffee talk of like, you know, my birth experience this time around. Yeah, kind of go against everything I just said to you.
Depths of silence, where echoes remain.
Nothing.
You were the sunrise, and I was the rain. A collision of souls, opposing in flight. I was the darkness, you yearned for the light. Now you're gone, and I'm losing my mind, losing my mind, I'm losing my mind. Why did you cut me up, bring me out, and leave me high and dry?
I also have started to reconnect back to movement again, slowly but surely. These clips were actually the first time I got to unroll my mat and do a yoga stretch in weeks. Like long before I even gave birth, I had fallen out of the habit of stretching and doing a proper yoga session. It started with just cleaning up the yoga room. Then all of a sudden I was like, you know what? I feel like a good stretch.
Losing my mind, losing my mind, losing my mind. Why did you cut me up, bring me out, and leave me high and dry?
Once I had my mat unrolled, I decided that I would grab a glass of water, and then I thought, I'm gonna go change into a matching yoga set just to feel even better. I popped some AirPods in so that I didn't keep the baby awake with my music, threw on a chill playlist, and I didn't really have any flow to really follow. I just kind of went with how my body's feeling. A lot of back and neck and arm stretches from holding the baby and from breastfeeding. Honestly, it just felt so nice to return to an aspect of myself in a way, while also being this new version of myself. Sometimes it's just the small, simplest things like stretching, breathing, moving, putting on clothes that make you feel good, drinking an extra glass of water. Those are the ways that I'm trying to find balance in these days, and also find ways to take better care of myself and find ways back to feeling like myself.
Beautiful, and so are you. I wanna make it up to you, start something new. Yeah, I've been thinking of the parts I played for you.
Even as I say that, I wonder who have I been if I haven't felt like myself lately? And it's not that I haven't been me. It's just that so much of me has been devoted for so long. So much of my body, so much of my mind, my energy, my time, even my sleep has been devoted to giving and to caring. And so small moments like this where I get to reflect it back towards myself, even if it's not for very long, even if it's only until the baby wakes up, there's just like a breath of fresh air.
Another day, another rhyme, trying to sugarcoat and reconcile, so I can do a dance and make us both forget, only to start it up and play it out again.
These newborn weeks are fleeting. They go by so fast, and they're not all easy, but there's always some warmth and some magic to be found in them. It's like I'm relearning myself and who I am with this new person, trying my best to embrace it all, from the mess to the stillness, the stretches, comfort foods, a warm cup of tea. The tea I'm actually making here is called nettle leaf tea. It's an herbal tea that I've been using, especially postpartum. It's packed with vitamins and minerals and a bunch of things that my body needs right now.
The better part of me, the better part of me, the better part of me.
And I also topped it off with a little bit of ginger green tea for a tiny bit of caffeine, and I just love the taste of ginger. Tea has made a huge comeback for me postpartum, which I've been thoroughly enjoying because it's like another act of self-care in the middle of everything else.
And there's a fire coming out of me every time I see one's to destroy, one is a war, fighting hard to be the better part of me, the better part of me, the better part of me, yeah, the better part of me.
My hands are full and my arms always have something to hold or have something to do, but I try to remind myself how much of a blessing that is, because it wasn't long ago, only a couple years ago, where all I asked of the universe was for this. And it will only feel like a short few years before this is gone and they're older and they don't need me like this anymore. So I just want to enjoy this chapter of life for what it is, embrace the good, embrace the bad, the things that are making me anxious, the ways that I'm not really, thriving, and then also the ways that I feel like I am. It's the beauty of the nuance of life.
We'll search the pieces for hope